Why does no one live in Wyoming? Just for context, more people live in DC's 68 square miles than Wyoming's nearly 100,000. And the tiny state of Delaware has almost twice as many people. So what gives? Well, Wyoming's low population count is not because the land is worthless. Based on my experience completing over 1,000 vacant land transactions in the United States, I can say that there's nothing wrong with Wyoming. In fact, its real estate market is almost too hot right now. Just look at Teton County, where the median home price is now more than $3.6 million. Wyoming also doesn't seem desperate to attract new residents. In my blog post on free land programs, I found 17 local governments giving out free land, and not a single town is in Wyoming. But if Wyoming is so great, why don't more people live there? Well, it all goes back to history. During the Western population boom of the late 1800s, Wyoming never got its share of the crowd. Simply put, Wyoming was too high, too dry, and too cold for homesteading. As one comment I read online said of the climate, living there was like being in love with a beautiful woman who's always trying to kill you. But this is not the only reason Wyoming never boomed. After all, Colorado is also high and dry, yet it had one key thing Wyoming didn't: gold. The gold rush in Wyoming did not produce much, which meant no early population boom or development of cities and industries. And this lack of urban development further stalled later population expansion. In fact, Wyoming's population remained so low that it needed a little population boost from the governor in 1890 to become a state. And today, it only boasts 4 cities with over 30,000 people, the largest being Cheyenne with just 65,000. And the reality is, for every person who wants to live amidst nature's splendor, there are hundreds of others who would prefer to be near the nightlife, urban amenities, and diverse employment opportunities of a major city. Wyoming's early, slow start also meant that much of the state's land was left to sit with the federal government, which still owns about half of the state's land today. This is why the state is home to some of the nation's most stunning national parks. But it also means Wyoming's developable landmass is significantly smaller than its actual landmass. But here's the kicker. Wyoming's untamed beauty, low population density, and ample wide-open spaces are both its charm and its strength. The state is able to manage its resources so efficiently that it runs a significant surplus. And many people love the wide-open spaces, relaxed pace of life, and low cost of living. Assuming, of course, that those outside billionaires buying up vacation homes don't continue to drive up prices. But what do you think? Should I bring Wyoming land properties to my inventory?